Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about something that I used to struggle with and maybe something that you currently struggle with. I used to have a savior complex and it was bad, like super unhealthy. I had the mentality of if I didn't stick around to help people through their struggles, then I was a shitty person. I felt like my worth was measured on how much help I put into someone else's journey towards their healing. And I never took into account how damaging that was for my own mental health. When you have people in your life that you're checking in on to see how they're feeling, how their mental health is doing, how they're holding up in general, make sure that your name is at the top of that list. How is your mental health? How are you feeling? How are you holding up? You have to make yourself and your mental health a priority. Your mental health needs to come before anyone and anything else. You do not have to be everything to everyone, and it's not your job to save anyone, even if it feels like it's your responsibility to do so. When someone is going through something, you can be there for them on the sidelines, but whatever situation they're going through is theirs to carry, not yours. Their journey is their own to work through, and every time that things get difficult for them and you swoop in to try to save them, you're not doing them any good. There's a lesson with every single trial that we face, and you're robbing them of whatever lesson that they should be learning at that time. For me, my savior complex stemmed from the painful situations that I've gone through in my life. So I would try to save people from any pain that they were experiencing in their life. I never wanted you to feel that hurt. I thought that if I showed up whenever someone needed me to, no matter what I currently had going on in my own life, that if I was just there and always available for you when you were in distress, then I could save you from experiencing any kind of heartache. But because I am an empathetic person, I would not just support you from the sidelines. I would get into the trenches with you and absorb whatever situation you were currently going through. And at the time, I didn't know how to support someone from afar. I didn't realize how badly I needed to set boundaries in these situations. I would hold your hand trying to help you while you slap me around with the other one because you were projecting out onto me. And that's not healthy for anyone. So more boundaries absolutely had to be put into place. And realizing when another boundary needs to be placed down for your own mental health is such a crucial part of your journey. And I really hope that you guys are taking that seriously. People have to do their own inner work. You cannot do it for them, nor should you feel obligated to stick around if they choose not to. I always had this fear of if I stopped showing up for someone, or if I chose to walk away from a toxic situation, then I had failed that person. I carried this guilty feeling of whatever was happening in their life was my fault, and that any decision that they made in the future that negatively impacted them was on me too, because I didn't stick around to help them. But in reality, none of that was mine, not their current situation or any future ones. But at that time, that was my mindset. I would tell myself that if I would have just held on a little bit longer, then I could have saved them from the pain that they were experiencing. Like, y'all, I would literally tell myself, I would say, Brittany, if you just stay and put up with this behavior for a little bit longer, then things will improve. This person will finally have their breakthrough moment. Y'all, what a joke that mindset is. And it really wrecks your mental health. No amount of if I just stay a little bit longer will ever change a bad toxic situation into a positive and healthy one. People will either do the inner work that's needed or they won't. So please understand this, friends. Other people's decisions are their own responsibility, and any outcome from those decisions is their own weight to carry. You have to know when to walk away and when to set a new boundary with someone. You have to know when to say enough is enough. This is toxic and it's not my weight to carry. And now I'm going to walk away from the situation without feeling guilty. That's a big one right there. Walking away from toxicity does not make you a bad person, even if the other person is making you feel that way. That's called manipulation, and we don't put up with that shit. Your worth is not calculated by how much BS you're willing to do for others and by how much destruction you're willing to do to your own mental health to keep other people comfortable. So put that burden down and understand that you're a good person with a good heart for choosing to put your own mental health above everything else. So I just want to come in here, breathe some fire into you guys real quick. Feel free to share this episode on your social media and tag me in it so that we can empower even more people all over the world and remind them of their worth and remind them that their worth is not determined from how much bullshit that they can go through. So I love you guys.